Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a super exciting knife unboxing to share with you guys. So this is a brand new knife maker for me, and this is going to be, discovery for a lot of people. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. Thank you so much to Rob Johnson's Knives for sending this in for me to take a look at. It went on quite the journey. Both of us were worried for a bit. It went all over, went to Utah for some reason, but it made it finally here safely to me. So I can't wait to share this with you guys. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. So let me go ahead. I have not actually opened the box itself yet, but I did get this completely out of the packaging, and thank you so much for the candy that you sent as well. So who is Rob Johnson? So they are a small shop out of Latvia, Northern Europe, I think. This is right off the About Me page. I'm going to link their website down in the description. But the company is run by a gentleman named Nicholas, who named the company after his father and grandfather, who were both blacksmiths. So that's where the Rob Johnsons comes from. Now they have another model, which was the first model that I saw, and I think Tri-State EDC was the one. I think it was his upload that I saw the initial model on. But oh man. So they reached out and said, we have this new model called the Cedar. Would you like to take a look? And oh boy, would you look at that? Oh gosh. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh man. And I said, yes, absolutely. And they gave me some options for like texturing and stuff. And I think there's just some debris and things on here. This is titanium, so it's not going to be any staining. But I wonder if maybe, yeah, perhaps just the other side of it. So here we go. The Cedar RWL 34 scales diamond pattern. Now they also do Vanax, by the way. I saw that on the website. This is a cool way to do this on the inside of the lid here. November 16th of 23, color metal. I told they asked me if I wanted anno patterns, and I said no. Just do like, I want to see the full thing just in like titanium. Beautifully finished. Beautifully finished. Perfect centering. Now, of course, it has a flipper tab, and we'll try it, but oh man, that is just so satisfying. Let's look at that blade. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. I love the steps on the blade. That's such a cool thing. Man, hold on. Let me try and get this. My camera's having trouble focusing on it because it's so fine. Look at that. Oh my gosh. What an absolutely gorgeous blade. Yeah, the debris from the lid is like sticking onto the surfaces here. Ooh, man, that is smooth. Holy moly. Let's give that another shot here. So number one, that's perfect. Number two, oh yeah. Completely controlled. And that flipper tab works well too. So I went with this model number one because I think the initial model has not made its rounds on YouTube like the first model, but I think like people have seen it, and I felt like the Cedar was so new that people hadn't seen it yet. Look how they do this. Look at the lock bar insert. The lock bar insert is the over travel, but not in the traditional way that we see, where there's like this lip or tongue underneath and hitting this side of the frame. It's the top of it meeting this part of the frame. I've not seen that before. I'm not sure if that really makes a whole lot of difference, but it's cool. And look, the hardware for the insert is completely hidden, so you don't see any of it, which is kind of cool. Boy, the action is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, the action is absolutely insane. That is wild. It's so unbelievably smooth. Sorry, I got my finger in the way. But I'm trying to demonstrate this. This is a light switch only flipper tab, by the way. If you try to push button it, you get stuck right here and that comes around. So you really need a light switch and get out of the way. But watch. That is cool. That is crazy. Look how we've got this super high polished flat, and it's like a, yeah, it's like a near mirror satin flat. And then the steps on the blade, anything you're seeing is just debris from the box. Everything is just absolutely perfect. Boy, that is stunning. Oh my goodness. And look at the pocket clip, texturing, expanded to the pocket clip. So now this is not going to be, like massive production. This is going to be small shop. But the last time I checked, the website said that you could put a deposit on these. These are ultra high-end, mid-tech, semi-custom, whatever you want to call that. That's what you're looking at here. So it's my understanding that we're in the same territory as like your Brown knives, your Koenig knives, your the Hoghouse knives. What's another great example? Your I don't know why I'm blanking, but that's the territory that we're looking at here. So, Oz Machine Company, right? There's a bunch of others. I mean, I could sit here and try and name them all, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So don't expect to go pick this up for $150, $200. That's not what you're looking at. It's not an assembly line, stamped and pressed kind of, not to put down companies that make $200 titanium frame marks, because they're really nice, but this is going to be small shop, right? Not made in China, so don't expect those kinds of prices, but beautiful. It's immediately apparent too that this is the tier that I'm looking at. That's just it. The quality is just off the charts and super duper sharp there. Real bitey. Let me get a piece of paper. Here's piece of printer paper I was cutting earlier. Oh yeah, wonderful. Absolutely. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm pumped. It's actually bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let's measure it and weigh it real quick. So this is not the review. It's just an unboxing and first impressions. Here, let's measure it. The measurement on the Cedar coming in at, wow, 8 1/4. Yeah. Blade length, about 3.65, cutting edge 3.5 on the dot. Couple of size comparisons and then we'll weigh it. Demco 8010. Ritter Hogue, I think it's a good one. It's another good one. Where's the Spyderco? There it is. Spyderco PM2. The other model he has is a little bit smaller. Ontario Rat 1. Here we go. Is that enough? Let's weigh it. Let's see what it weighs. It does not feel like a super duper heavy knife for sure. Okay, so the weight, 4 ounces. So really pretty darn good. Look how they make the pivot captive. That's so cool. So cool. Oh my gosh. Wow. I am really impressed. That is nice. And completely and totally solid lock up there. That's all I need. That's awesome, man. Wow. That is so cool. I'm so impressed. I'm running out of things to say, and now the garage door's going off. So this is probably a good time to end the video. Expect a full, comprehensive review of this knife a few weeks from now. That's going to be pretty much it today, guys. Thanks again to Rob Johnson's Knives for sending this in. Check the links down in the description to take a look at this and other things from Rob Johnson's. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.